Well, June 11th is shaping up to be an even bigger day for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as we found out that we're not only getting hands, but Maria Flores is alive and well, and she's coming to the game on that same date. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about Maria, but more importantly, I want to talk about her ability and how that can absolutely flip the entire way that we've played the Texas Chainsaw Massacre up until this date. So get ready for a doozy. I'll fill you in. And of course, I want to hear your opinion. What do you think about Maria, the character? What do you think about Maria and her ability? Let me know down below. And of course, if you like what I do, consider subscribing, hit your notifications so you never miss a video or live stream from me. Let's go and get into it. Speaking of live stream, it's been a while since I played the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I will be playing Texas Chainsaw on June 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's look at Maria Flores. If you remember, there was a really sweet trailer that came out called Petals. This was a couple of years ago, and it showed Maria in first-person perspective. And one thing about Maria is she loves taking photographs. She even has her own Instagram page. She loves wildlife. She loves being outdoors, and that's what created this entire story in which our characters have now found themselves in this position they found themselves in, being introduced to the family and the horrors that surround them. Because Johnny actually caught wind that she was there, started stalking her, and of course, we presumed she was dead up until this point, but she's actually just been kept on the premises at the family house. So when this trailer opens up, we actually see Victoria, and she mentions something like, hey, my son's car is here. These guys better have a good explanation for why that is. She hears some banging. She opens up one of the basement doors, and there's Maria. So that obviously sets up the premise for Victoria, because now, obviously, she's looking for her son. I'm sure they'll introduce him into the game soon enough. But seeing Maria for the first time alive, maybe not well, but alive, is actually pretty crazy. She's covered in blood. She's obviously terrified. She's disappeared now for some time. Now, I thought this trailer was really good. They always do a good job with their trailers, but I thought it would have been a little bit more impactful if Anna was the one that found out, Maria was alive and well. But hey, what do I know? Either way, it's a really well done trailer. And then what we see is Victoria and Maria trying to get out of the house, of course, and then Maria, for some weird reason, walks right up to Grandpa. She starts whispering in his ear, and after a short period of time, he lets out his infamous moan, and that's when we see an outline of hands standing in the doorway. Maria's star sign ability allows her to do that. Basically, she is going to cause Grandpa's sonar ability to be flipped on the family. I don't know if you're going to be able to use Maria day one. You may purchase her, and it'll be the luck of the draw at that point. But that's kind of an issue they've always had with the Texas Chainsaw. When you buy a new character, good luck being able to use them for a little while, most of the time, anyways. Now, not only that, you can modify her perk to basically show family members when they get in close proximity to Grandpa. You can reduce Grandpa's level by 1. And of course, reduce the cooldown times in which you can use that ability. They also have a perk called Pep Talk, which allows Maria to heal a certain percentage after she's talked to Grandpa. Now, of course, the trick is getting to Grandpa, which I don't find necessarily that hard most of the time playing as the victims, but still, she constantly has to kind of be around him in order to use her abilities, so she's going to get some extra rewards based on that. Now, the other thing, too, is Maria going to set off Grandpa when she gets in proximity to him, like the other victims do. They highlight for the whole family that, hey, somebody's messing with Grandpa. Because Grandpa has this weird kind of obsession with Maria, I'm going to go ahead and say the answer to that is no. Of course, Maria is the only one that's going to be able to see all of the family members. If you're playing with a full team of victims, though, of course, she can call out where those members are. And if somebody's working on the fuse, the valve, etc., then, hey, upstairs is clear or over here is clear, blah, 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 So you will have some advantages there if you're playing with a full team. The perks, on the other hand, of course, will translate to the entire team that you're playing with, no matter if you're partied up or not. My biggest hope here, though, is that it doesn't increase the rushing meta. I'm hoping that with hands being introduced and his ability to rip out fuses and valves, that it will actually slow the game down. Because that's one of my biggest frustrations when I play the game. Now it doesn't happen all the time, but still it happens enough where it can be quite frustrating. Anything that speeds up the meta, not a fan of. Anything that slows the game down, I am a fan of. Now, Stephanie Panisello actually did the voice acting for Maria Flores. She's actually the same actress that did the voice acting for Claire Redfield in the remake of Resident Evil 2. So, pretty interesting. One thing about that Petals gameplay that I always found to just be incredible is that if that's how the game was, let's say you had the killers in third person and the victims in first person, dude, it would intensify this game 100%. I went back and watched that Petals gameplay, and it was freaking, I won't say terrifying because I've already seen it, but it was pretty freaking creepy. So I don't know, dude. I think that's something they should definitely look at adding into the game. I don't know. Maybe you can leave me your opinion. And of course, I want to hear what your opinion is on Maria and her new ability. Do you think this is going to speed up the meta? Do you think maybe hands can slow this thing down? Either way, I think, of course, besides content and things that we've talked about that I'm not going to rehash in this video that are plaguing the game, that's something you definitely don't want. But let me know your opinion down below. Big thanks to you guys. See you very soon, whether in video or in my live streams. And as always,